the best of our last year at Lubbock. Class of 2021's legacy is what we have endured. Our lasting impression will be of this pandemic and the strength of this class to withstand obstacles since March of 2020. Since we were freshmen, we have always been taught that we are one school and one family, and I can say today that it holds true. The pandemic may have physically distanced us from one another, but we've held on together and been consistent as a class. Now, class of 2021, I want you to think back. Think back to your years at Willowbrook. What are you personally leaving behind? Every one of us, as an individual and as a class, has left a legacy. Whether it's academically or in our extracurriculars, we will all leave something behind. As a class, we raised thousands of dollars for cancer research through Relive Your Life, won numerous awards and conferences in respective sports and extracurriculars, and triumphed in many class competitions. These are the accomplishments that define our legacy. We have always given our best in everything that we have done, and that spirit will stay with us as we move on, no matter where we end up. Now, for our futures, our class is attending university at 74 different schools across 23 states and 2 countries. Many will also be pursuing trade schools, the military, and other career opportunities. Our future is ahead of us, but our time at Willowbrook will always be a part of our lives and our past. Looking back, high school was difficult. It was difficult to navigate around socially and physically. The hallways always seemed like a maze. All of us had a rough patch, but it was hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, especially when we first got here. It was a rough start, but in the end, we all found our niche and completed struggling. Most of us are now looking forward to a future beyond Willowbrook, and beyond the people we grew up with. But the memories that we made with faculty and our fellow classmates will stay with us wherever we go. Faculty at Willowbrook have done more than just teach us in the classroom. They have shaped us as adults, freshmen, and as students. They shaped our minds and helped build our characters to what they are today, on top of teaching us to thoroughly annotate and novel and creatively calculate the half of the next step. Faculty at Willowbrook provided us with the materials to build a future of our own. So, can I get a round of applause for the administration, the teachers, and all the faculty who have brought us to this point? And please, a round of applause for the amazing class of 2021. Congratulations, you did it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Our next speaker is usually I blow the speakers, so that's a good sign. So our next speaker is Miss Sarah Kirby.
Socrates' Dialogues and Credo, Martin Luther King Jr.'s A Letter from Birmingham Jail, and Nelson Mandela's autobiography are among the most influential works of Western civilization, and they're all written from isolation. I would love to say that after being in quarantine myself for almost a year, and with the entire world in shutdown, I had the inspiration to write this speech. However, to make that claim would be a great insult to the above influencers. But all I will say is if you find yourself zoning out, pretend I took my older brother's advice and made this a 20-minute murder mystery podcast, all leading up to the final whodunit at the end. Now, when I was younger, someone once shared a parable with me, and ever since it has served as an endless source of inspiration and strength in my life. And while it is religious in nature, its overarching lesson can be applicable to everyone's lives, no matter their personal beliefs. It's about a man who couldn't handle his life's sufferings, and pleaded with God to replace his burdens with anyone else's in the world. However, to his great surprise, he ended up finding that everyone else's challenges and obstacles were unbearable, and the only ones he was able to handle were his own. Now, I share this with the hope that no matter where you find your inspiration, you will embrace 2 cardinal reminders as you prepare to embark on your unique journey after graduation. First is the idea that everyone struggles, everyone stresses, and everyone has obstacles they have to overcome in their life. However, everyone's challenges are unique, which mirrors our individuality. Each of us is able to handle and overcome our challenges because of our unique situations. So I urge you all to take a moment and think about your differences. Think about the elements in life that you are blessed with, that make you who you are. Maybe you have a supportive family, a group of friends you can always lean on, inspirational teachers, unique cultural traditions, rare interests and talents, or maybe you're blessed with realizing the Chicago Cubs are the best team in baseball. Whatever the intangibles are, I urge you to spend a few moments thinking about them and to count your blessings. Because it's those blessings and differences between you and your neighbor that has rendered you capable of overcoming your unique challenges thus far. And it is those blessings and differences that will empower you to overcome any challenges in the future. At times, it's so easy to wish you were someone else, to stop and think, if only I were them. Chances are, you're not made to carry their burdens, and as easy as their life appears, for all you know, they may have a calculus exam the next period, to which you will find yourself desperately pleading for your own situation. So instead of wishing to carry someone else's adversities, choose to carry yours, because you're the only person who's able to do so. This brings me to the second lesson. Your greatest sufferings in life can turn into your greatest blessings if you choose to keep fighting. In 5th grade, I was diagnosed with a rare chronic illness. An illness that makes simple things like taking a shower, eating food, and even going to school impossible feats on certain days. However, what I never could have predicted are the unparalleled and unexpected blessings that have come from it. And looking back, I would never trade it for the world. Struggles of dealing with my illness ended up enriching me and my family's indissoluble relationship. It unveiled for me the joy in true friendships. And perhaps most unexpectedly, it helped me realize the greater purpose of my education, allowing me to discover the truth which orients my life to what matters most. My illness ended up fostering me a love of learning and the classroom so strong that I developed an overwhelming passion to become a high school teacher. Well, this is just my story. I urge every single one of you to keep fighting, to push through whatever obstacles and challenges you may face, because it is the moments when you least expect that you may uncover life's greatest unexpected blessings. And in a few minutes, each of us will walk across the stage, receive our diploma, and graduate a Willowbrook warrior. However, before we do so, there's one last message I hope each of you will consider, and that is to say thank you. Take a second and think about the people who enabled your resiliency, and remember to thank them. Write them a letter or an email, or if possible, look them in the eye and genuinely thank them. I wouldn't be telling my story if I didn't mention my parents who unconditionally support me. Teachers like Mr. McGuire and Mr. Clapper, who made sure that even on my toughest days, I never lost my passion for learning. And finally, all of you, for the lasting influence that all the laughs, memories, and companionship, both in person and on Zoom, will continue to have on me. A huge part of what allows us to overcome our obstacles is realizing how blessed we are, and none of us would be walking across this stage if it weren't for other people in our lives. So on behalf of all the students, I want to say thank you to everyone who's made our stories possible. The administration, who tirelessly works for the common good of all students. To the amazing teachers, who selflessly mentored us through our high school journey and fostered our love of learning. To the counselors, deans, and social workers, who are always willing to drop everything to help us in our times of need. To the cafeteria workers, custodians, maintenance employees, secretaries, teacher aides, librarian, and IT staff who keep our school running smoothly and never miss a beat. And finally, to all the parents, grandparents, families, and guardians who instilled in us the values and morals that have helped us be successful and who have never stopped loving us. Thank you. Now, before everyone starts pushing on with the 20-minute murder mystery speech, I have one final invocation. To my fellow classmates, we're all about to step into a world of new struggles and adversities, be that college, the workforce, trade schools, the military, and so on. But whatever obstacles the future holds, embrace the challenges, choose to keep fighting, and remember that the heaviest burdens often carry the greatest unexpected blessings. Thank you.